Welcome to Event Radio, covering local drag racing, stock car racing, motorcycles, go-karts. If it's got wheels and you can race it, you'll hear about it here. Event Radio is motorsports radio on steroids. Now, let's join your hosts, Spivvy Williams and Terrible T-Guy.
All right, guys, welcome to the next edition of Event Radio. Boy, are we in a cool little spot. We're in, I guess you call it, is it Old Hickory or Hermitage? Hermitage,
between, Old Hickory and Donaldson, maybe?
Yeah, Hermitage, Tennessee, or somewhere right down in there. Close to the Hermitage, the former home of Andrew Jackson in Nashville. And we are at the absolute coolest little racetrack that I didn't even know was here.
Didn't either.
You know. But after we had our little show with our little buddy Blaine Aiken, we got really intrigued by the quarter midgets, and we decided, we need to go see this. We need to go watch this. And, boy, did they have a crowd, man?
I tell you what, look at all the cars and everybody. These little cats are fast.
And we've got motorhomes. We've got the big, I don't know, like the Hallmark motor coaches that are used for Top Fuel drag racing. We got all of that here. And they have separate buildings to tech them in. They have separate timing tower buildings. They have grandstands. It's all painted up with the black and white checks. I mean, this is just a neat little place.
Did you see the safety barrier, Spivvy? It was made out of like a plastic.
Yeah, like
Instead
a polyurethane.
of hitting the wall, they just knock it out of the way where these kids can be safe because they're flying.
And the little cars, buddy, they ain't no junk here.
Like little baby sprint cars.
Oh, they're miniature little sprint cars. And, man, we saw a little dude walking around that if he's over 4, I can't imagine.
He had the driving shoes, the driving suit. Of course, they all do, but they're top. Now, Mama wanting them to look good, and they do.
I tell you what, and there's nothing lacking about these. These are not just go-karts with motors, guys. These are little bitty, full-fledged, full-blown race cars.
Little baby sprint cars.
Baby
like.
sprint cars. Yes, they are absolutely cool. And Miss Susie's going to take a bunch of pictures that we can flip behind this show for you. But this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk to a bunch of these people. And later on, we've got a real treat for you. One of the young men that's running in the quarter midgets comes from a show-enough racing family. His dad is one of the former Rainbow Warriors crew guys for
that
Jeff
says a
Gordon.
lot of it right there.
Yeah. For the Jeff Gordon deal when he was just getting going good when
DuPont's
Ray
Rainbow
Everham.
Warriors.
He worked for Ray Everham, and when Gordon won all those back-to-back championships and all that, we've got him here. We've got his mom. Miss Deborah Renshaw, that
very
former
fast lady.
Superstar standout in the Craftsman Truck Series. But Mr. Sean Parker, I didn't get his name in there. I'm sorry, I should have. But Deborah is now Miss Deborah Renshaw Parker. So but we're going to sit down with them a little bit later as the whole family. And if this is not a cool family way to have a good time, I don't know what is.
I'll tell you what, you watch these kids today, and tomorrow you might see them at the Nashville Speedway because they're moving on up.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Matter of fact, we have one of the guys here that will be interviewing maybe a little later in one of the little legend cars. It's here, and they had to roll a legend car out of the trailer, I guess, to get little brother's quarter midget out. So he'll probably take off later on at Highland Rim with a legend.
Race the legend later tonight.
Yeah, but this is going to be a really cool deal. We're going to stab and steer in the golf cart. We're going to ride around a little, talk to some of these people. We're going to say hi to our buddy that you've already met on Event Radio, Mr. Blaine Aiken. He is here in full force, and in his division, I think he's probably the cat to beat.
I think he's the one to beat him.
Yeah, he's the one to beat in his particular class. But we're going to say hi to him and say hi to several others. This is going to be a treat. This is a neat place. And, guys, you need to put it on your calendar to come down here and see this, because this is full-blown racing, miniature style.
You know, Spiff, some of these kids we ought to be careful with, because I don't know if they're old enough to read or not.
Well,
but they're fast.
Oh, buddy, I'm telling you. I mean,
they know what green flag and checker flags is for sure.
Yeah, they don't have a problem with them colors at all.
No.
You know, they. But it's amazing, as young as they are, and they put them out there. And, buddy, they put it right
to be
through
as
there.
mature as they are on the track.
Oh, yeah. It's really cool. Well, we're going to take a quick sponsorship break, guys, and we will get right back with you with our first victim of the day. And we appreciate you joining us on Event Radio.
We sure do.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun. Just hang in there. We'll be right back.
Right back.
All right, guys, we are back from the
with the first victim.
The first victim that we stopped is a lady, and there's a little method to our madness. What is your name, ma'am?
My name is Brenda.
Brenda whom?
Ashworth.
Brenda, where are you from?
I'm from Coopertown.
Coopertown, Tennessee. And you have, I believe, a grandson that's
sir.
in this.
Yes, sir.
What's his name, dear?
His name is Trey Ashworth.
Trey. How long has Trey been doing this?
He's been doing this for 4 years.
4 years.
Uh-huh.
And you tell me, you have trouble even watching, huh?
I can't even watch him. I'm here, though.
Well, does it make you nervous? Is that what it is?
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, he probably plays other sports and stuff, doesn't he?
Basketball, and I love to watch
so
him
you
do
don't
that.
have trouble watching him do that?
No, sir.
Now, why would this be any different?
Because I just don't like all this tire squealing and cars hitting each other. I'm afraid they're going to get hurt.
Well, actually, believe it or not, he is probably much safer inside that car with the seat belts, the roll cage, and let me make you feel
safer there than coming down I-65 to get here.
Yeah, a lot safer than y'all were getting here, and probably a lot safer than on the basketball court, really.
Not in my eyes.
Well, okay. I mean, it's see, you got to think about this, because let's say he got upside down. He's got rubber bumpers that he's going to land on, and a roll cage he's going to land on, and he's strapped
he's got a helmet on.
He's got a helmet on and all that stuff, and a fire suit.
But they still get hurt when
that
they
don't
do
help
that.
Grandma none, does it?
No.
Well, they get hurt playing basketball too, Gal.
Yeah, but that's different.
That's different. Closer to the hospital, is that it or what?
Yeah. Kinda.
Okay, all right. So you can't stand to watch him race?
No, sir. I watch through a little crack up here at the concession stand when he's racing.
Now, does that make it better?
No.
Do you get lodged on a cheeseburger or something?
Yeah.
How long has he been racing, Gal?
He's been here for 4 years.
This is his 4th year?
Mm-hmm.
But no serious injuries,
No,
huh?
no, sir. Mm-mm. No, he's going to stay out of that trouble if he can.
Well, that's because he's probably a real good driver. And
the looks of his car, he is, because it's not, beat
Let me tell you something that this is going to do for him.
Okay.
This is going to make him such a much better driver when cars come along that Grandmama's really got to worry.
Yeah, I know that.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
It's going to be so much better when the cars come along. Look at this little dude.
I know.
And
I can't even watch them race.
Huh? Really?
It makes me nervous.
All right, I tell you what. Well, we want to thank you for being on Event Radio with us. We wanted to come do this, and it's sort of cool to see what Mom and Grandmom have to think about their fair-haired number one guys out there.
Yeah, we love it. You got to love them.
Terry, did your mom ever get nervous?
Oh, not too bad. Just jerked the fence off the post one time.
Did she? See, because
really.
we're old guys, but we actually started doing go-karts at 8 years old when we started. So,
wow.
So we did this, and we know what it's
They
like
had
to drive.
square wheels on them back then.
Yeah, they chiseled them out of stone and stuff.
I got you.
Listen, ma'am, thank you so much for being on Event Radio. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we're going to take a quick break. We're going to let you get
your hiding place where you can peek through the fence.
Let you get your favorite crack at the concession stand
Everybody
that you can
knows
watch the race.
Everybody knows where it's at.
Right.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so
Good luck
much.
today.
Guys, we will
Thank
be
you.
right back. All right, guys, we are back, and we have number one grandson with us now. Tell everybody who you are.
I'm Trey Ashworth.
And we had Grandma on here a minute ago, and she said, boy, you make her nervous. Now, why would you do that?
I guess because we're going so fast that she can't, keep up, and she's just so nervous that I'm going to get hurt or something.
Well, you're not, are you?
No.
Of course not, because you got all good stuff, And you've been doing this for 4 years, is that right?
Yes, sir.
How many races you won, buddy?
I've won 13.
Wow.
That's not too shabby.
They know when you're coming.
Good number. Good number. Do you race anywhere other than here?
No. I've only stayed here for 4 years. I'm going to
Okay.
start traveling a little bit more now.
Okay, all right. Well, I tell you what, you couldn't ask for anywhere any nicer than here. This place.
They say this is one of the nicest tracks in our whole, series that we have.
I could believe that.
So do they have a points championship or something?
We have a little championship around our local track, and I'm in second right now in points.
Well, that's cool. That's neat. Well, I tell you what, buddy, we're very, very proud to have you on Event Radio, and cool deal. Cool deal.
Thank you.
Good luck today, too.
Let me ask you one more thing. What do your school buddies say when they find out you race quarter midgets?
Well, most of my classmates or my friends don't really believe me. They just think I'm kind of just trying to be cool.
Well, I tell you what. We're going to give you a card, and you can give them the card, and they can hear you on this show because it's hooked to every internet-connected device in the world, okay?
Okay.
So you'll be able to tell them, say, hey, you don't have to believe me, just listen to me. Is that cool?
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Thank you for joining us on Event Radio. We will be right back.
Right back.
All right, guys, we're back, and we got an old friend here that is here to watch his number one grandson do it. And, guys, if you have ever bought a car in Kentucky, more than likely you've bought it from this guy, at some point in time, Mr. Dan
Over
Renshaw.
16, you've heard of him.
Hey,
Yeah.
Spiff. How you doing, buddy?
I'm
good
good.
to talk to you.
Well, I tell you what, it's this place is unbelievably nice. This is cool.
It really is. It's a great place for the kids and the families, they kind of get together. And they meet a lot of new friends here. My grandson, Jagger, he's racing here. And actually, Jagger's number one right now so far this year in the regional points.
Oh, is that cool? Yeah.
So he raced last weekend, and I guess weekend before last in North Carolina, and finished second in the heavy Honda series. So Julianne, my little 5-year-old granddaughter, she's racing down here. Sean has her in the red rookie class, and so it's just to watch them and the excitement.
It's got to be cool
Yeah,
for you.
it is.
I don't know how you pick which one to root for. I mean,
Well,
that's got to be
luckily-
the toughest thing.
Luckily, they don't race each other, so
Oh,
they're
okay.
in different
All right.
classes. Yeah.
We're looking forward a little later on this show. We're going to get Sean, and when Deborah gets here, we're going to set her down, and we're going to set number one grandson down all together on this show and talk to him because this is such a family deal. It's
Yes,
such a
it
good
is.
thing, and I can only imagine when we try to do this thing to have Sean Parker as a crew chief, to have Deborah as excellent a driver as she was as a driving instructor. This young man's got some heavy hitters with him.
He does, and he's really stepping up to the pump. I'm proud of him. I tell you, it's when you move up to like the heavy Honda and the 160 series and the World Formula series, those are you're really learning to drive a race car at that
Oh, yeah,
point,
and-
and so he's doing real good.
And we realize this is radio and not TV, and you can't see this stuff, guys. We're going to take a lot of pictures and flip them behind this show. But these are little race cars. This is not a go-kart with a motor slapped on it. These are actually little race cars built to scale, and, I mean, really neat deals.
Yeah, that's right. They're quarter midgets, and some of you have watched the midget racers or the sprint cars. They're just a mini version of those, and they're very, very safe. They have most of the kids wear the Hans device, the 5-point strap, seat belt, and roll bars. It's a real safe sport, and safer than on your drive 65 on the way down.
That's what we
what I
talked
said
about.
earlier.
They're a lot safer here than they were getting here,
That's right.
And we did, one of the very first guests on the show was a grandmama back here. That and she said the only way she could watch her grandson is through a little bitty crack next to the concession stand. She just couldn't
That's right.
take it.
That's
But
right.
he played basketball, and I said, well, the basketball court is probably more dangerous as far as getting a bloody nose or a broke something than this ever will be.
I agree.
The arm restraints, they've got everything to keep them safe inside that car.
That's right.
If it did get upside down, you got rubber bumpers on each side, and you got a roll cage on the other end. So you might do a little bouncing around, and you might get shook up, but that should be about all that happens.
That's right, Spiv. That's a good description.
You know.
And my wife, she's real nervous too about watching these.
Does she get over there next to the hole in the concession stand
well,
with the other lady?
We've only been able to get her down here one time this year because she just has such a fear, especially since they put Julianne in the car, a 5-year-old. So she just thinks we've lost our mind. And so.
Oh, no, no. You know, we have talked about this a lot, and, of course, you being in the car business, you deal with cars and drivers every day, and some of your, I'm sure some of your salesmen need a Purple Heart from riding with some of them, but, you know, this makes these young people such good drivers later on. You know, the skills they learn right here, boy, just carries over, and they're the best there is when it comes to driver's license age.
Yeah. I agree 100% because, you know, I watch them when they start in this series, some of these kids at 6 years old, 7 years old, and they don't really have a clue the first year, you know. They're just they'll dive bomb in. But these kids, as they get 9, 10 years old, 11, 12, 13, they really learn the respect on the track of the other drivers.
Well, and they learned actually what the car is going to do, you know.
Right. That's right.
Where you put them in a big car, you know, and they go cutting the wheels and stuff. You put them in one of those GT Mustangs and turn them loose, a Cobra or something, and these kids will be able to handle it.
That's right. I agree. Yeah, I agree. It's very
just
good.
It's a cool deal. It's a real cool deal.
Yeah.
Well, listen, my friend, thank you so much for taking your time to be on this little radio show. We really appreciate it because we know you're a busy guy, and this is kickback time for you.
That's
down
right.
here.
That's right. Spiv, I really appreciate you doing this. I know the families and the drivers do, and the track. I'm a big fan. I listen when I can to you guys, and
Thank you.
Well, I just appreciate what you do.
It's a thing that, and the thing that's been beneficial, and see, you're a little different than the average guy we get to talk to because you wear a lot of hats, you know. Mm-hmm. This little program has been so beneficial to these young racers because they'll go solicit a sponsor.
Exactly.
And they ask them, say, well, how do you do with the media? Well, because these shows are archived, they say, well, don't believe me, just listen to it.
Exactly.
Know? And they can go play it for them, you know. And
that's right.
It's really a big plus, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure you would think more if a man was sitting there talking all about Fords and it came to you for a sponsorship. Of course, you got several dealerships, but I'm using that for an example.
Yeah.
And if he's talking real well, you're going to at least listen a little harder.
That's exactly
you know?
right. That's exactly
that's
right.
what you're paying for,
that's
you know.
That's all about.
Well, my very, very good friend, Mr. Dan Renshaw, guys, if you need a car of just about any brand you want, I don't know all the dealerships' names. Let me see how many I can get right. Patriot.
Yeah. Chevy.
Patriot Chevrolet. Help me here.
Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Patriot Chevrolet Buick GMC. Greenwood Ford.
Greenwood Ford Lincoln.
Ford Lincoln.
Toyota of Hopkinsville.
Toyota of Hopkinsville.
And Royal Oak Chevrolet Cadillac in Paducah.
So now, guys, if you I can't imagine you not want one of those brands. I don't know, but good people, nice people to do business with, not the ones that sit there with a gun to your head and make you do. You know, they're nice guys and take care of you after the fact. That's what's important too. Taking care of the people after they've spent their money with you, and
that's
you
why
do
you
that.
get the repeat customers back.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I appreciate that, Spivvy, and I want to say most of all before I get off here, I do appreciate what you do for a lot of these young racers, and at least we have a local program in our area where that we can get caught up on NASCAR and a lot of things that are going on in the racing industry. So I really appreciate what you guys do.
Well,
there.
see, this one's expanded just a little.
Yeah.
It's now worldwide. So it's now internet worldwide. So you're talking to a lot of folks.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
so we, you know, I guess the blind hogs found an acre. You know, I don't know, but since for a year we have our year anniversary on this show beginning next week, isn't it, Terry?
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And we cover everything with wheels.
That's
if it
right.
has wheels,
that's right.
We do shows on it, and then you can get on our archive page, and there's 50 of them on there now that you can go to and listen to, and it's a cool deal because these guys, you go in, everybody wants to talk to Jeff Gordon,
That's
but
right.
not everybody wants to talk to these guys.
That's
and
right.
they should, because this is tomorrow's Jeff
Going to
Gordon.
be the future generation.
That's right.
That's
right. They're in the record books, and these young people are the ones that are going to be writing the records.
That's right. That's
Mr.
right.
Dan Renshaw, Prince of
you.
a Guy, thank you for being on Event Radio.
Thanks,
guys,
baby.
we're going
See
to
you
take
guys.
a quick break, and we will be right back. All right, guys, we're back, and we're going to say hi to a little buddy that has done a previous show with us, Mr. Blaine Aiken. Buddy, how in the world are you?
Good.
You doing good? You going to have fun down here today?
Yes.
Go put her in the front, aren't you, Blaine?
Yeah.
From what everybody tells us, and we didn't know this place was here, but you race here all the time, they tell us you're the guy to beat down here. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
It's your buddy's birthday down here that you're hanging with. You going to let him beat you today for his birthday?
He's not in my class, though.
Oh,
okay.
he's not in your class.
Would
though.
you let him beat you then?
No, he wouldn't let him beat him.
No.
I can tell you that up front. No.
He was shaking his head a long time before he said no.
Yeah. So you've been doing good?
Yeah.
No, that's cool. So you've been winning races and doing all that stuff, huh?
I haven't been winning races, but I got very close to one.
Okay, well, you're going to get close today, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, because it's been a little while since we've had a chance to talk. So when you came running up, I said, boy, there's our old buddy, T. You know, he, you did really good, bud, on your first show. And all these people that get to be on this show really can thank you for that,
doing such a
because
good
we
job,
didn't
Blaine.
know about this place until we did the show with you. You know, so we're down here, and it's really, really neat. I mean, we really appreciate you turning us on to it, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, I tell you what, we're going to let you get out here. Terry, what do you think about the boy here?
I think he's going to get out there and give him a good little spanking today. He's
Do
got
you?
a race face on. Look like he's ready to go.
So you ready for him, huh?
Yep.
Where do you start? Do they draw, or how do they do that?
We just qualify, and then whoever's the fastest gets to go first, and whoever's slow.
Oh, so it's like regular racing. The fastest
Yeah.
car starts on the pole, and then front row outside, and so on and so forth, right?
Hmm.
So where are you going to start?
Right now, I'm thinking first, second, third, because there's only 3 cars in my class.
You got to
Oh.
get one of them right.
So
That's pretty
you got to
good.
get one of them right, because there's only 3 cars, huh? Okay, that's all right. Well, listen, buddy, we're gonna let you go. Get ready. You got that fire suit on. It's got to be hot, right?
I can just take this.
Oh, you can take it loose
Go with
where
a
it
quick
won't be
release
hot.
zippers on it.
Quick release zippers. There you go. Well, anyway, guys, Mr. Blaine Aiken, our little buddy that we saw down here and had to whip in and talk to for a couple of minutes. You're gonna be a star forever, because boy, this is your second time on this show, man. You're doing it, ain't you?
Yeah.
Okay,
You get
cool.
rich and famous, Blaine, you have to remember Spivvy.
Yeah, you'll have to start giving us autographs.
You win in
and stuff.
Daytona, get us in the pits.
Yeah, well, get us in the pits if you win the Daytona 500. We'll expect that. Okay. Guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Thank
All right, guys, we're getting us quite a little line, aren't we, T-Bone?
Yeah,
These guys
everybody want to be on radio.
Yeah,
Event
these guys
radio.
want to be future superstars here. What's your name, buddy?
Garrett does.
Where you from, Garrett?
Hartsville, Tennessee.
Hartsville. That's a little drive from here, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So y'all come race every week?
Yeah, basically.
Do you? Oh, is that
Is
cool
this
or
your
what?
favorite track or the only track you go to?
It's about the only track I go to.
Well, it's so nice. I don't see why you want to go anywhere else, really.
Yeah,
How you been doing this year?
pretty good.
Good.
Winning a bunch?
Nah, second a lot.
Well, that's all right. You got to be the bridesmaid before you're the bride. You
Yeah.
know, that's the way that works. Well, I tell you what, buddy, we're gonna. They got your car. Is that your car there?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, they're probably bringing them up here, so it probably
yeah,
won't be
mine's
long.
heading up here.
Yours is heading up here. All right.
Get suited
Well,
up.
we don't want to make you late, so you got to suit up and get ready to do it. But we want to see you out there really blowing and going. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you for being on Event Radio, buddy.
Good luck
We
today.
really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, we are back, and needless to say, if T and I are anywhere, we find out about something good to eat. We always do that, at any of these events, and we run up on a gentleman whose grandson is participating in the midget races, but yet you're going to get to see him on the A&E network on the barbecue cook-off deal.
how
What is
cool
your
is
name,
that?
sir?
My name is Arlie Bragg, and I run barbecue cook-offs all over the United States.
So, man, you make all the good stuff to eat, right?
Yeah, the worst thing we cook still the best thing you'll ever have.
Okay, all right.
Do you need
I
any
can
help?
go along with that. I can go along with that. T and I decided that if the Olympics have a thing called sport eating, we'll probably get gold medals because we practice a lot.
Well, you'd have to go up against Kobayashi. You know, he only ate 87 hot dogs in 10 minutes. So,
well, he didn't enjoy them. See, we enjoy them. You know, we're not in any rush. We're old guys. We don't get in a rush for nothing. You know what I mean?
You know, last week down at the Big Texan in Amarillo, Texas, they have that 32-ounce steak, and if you eat it, you get it free.
Uh-huh.
But they had a lady come in, and she said, "I'm going to set a record. I want to eat 2 of them." And you have an hour to eat one. She ate 2 of them with 2 pieces of corn on the cob, the baked potatoes, and the salad in 20 minutes.
You are kidding me.
And the key to competition eating is you cut it in little bitty pieces and you don't chew it. You swallow it whole.
Oh, okay.
That's the way the Black Widow, Sonya, she only weighs 100 pounds and she like
you do that and then run for the bathroom.
Yeah,
is that what you do?
50 crystals in 10 minutes or something like that.
Oh, you know, I lost a bet. I lost a bet on that one time. We were in Nashville and a buddy of mine. We went to Crystal and we headed down the interstate and he bought 20 and I made him a bet that he couldn't eat 20 and us stop and him run a mile without throwing up. And daggone it, he took my money. I lost $50.
Well, I could probably do that.
Yeah.
but the newest thing I'm involved in is the World Food Competition. It's going to be in Vegas in November, the second week. And we're going to do about 9 categories. We'll do barbecue. We'll do chili, hamburger, bacon, side dish, seafood, pasta, dessert. And we'll have about 350 competitors giving away $300,000.
That'd be all right.
And so we did this last year, and so starting July the 10th at 9 o'clock Central Time, there's going to be 6 weeks in a row they're going to show this competition all the way up to the winner. And the way it worked is each category had 50 to 60 teams. They narrow that down to 1, and then the final table is the top one in each category, and then they cook off for $50,000 winner take all.
That's wild. That's wild. And say this is going to be on the A&E network starting when now?
July the 10th, and it's the World Food Comp.
Now,
the barbecue cook-offs are run. They're Kansas City barbecue sanction, which is like the NASCAR of barbecue.
NASCAR of pork loin?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
okay.
We have about 500 cook-offs a year all over the United States.
Yeah, well, I've seen that done, and I think that's just cool. I don't understand it, and I don't have to because it's good. It don't make no difference.
You know, if you come judge for me at a contest and you eat everything I put in front of you, you'll eat 2.6 pounds of meat.
Oh, wow. Lord.
But how much do I have to pay to be a judge?
Yeah, that's what we want to know. We don't care. We want to pay you to be in line.
Well,
that's
you're a celebrity, so you wouldn't have to pay. But we do have judging classes all across the United States. We've probably got 10 or 12,000 certified judges.
Really?
And they go take a class that teaches you the ins and outs of judging barbecue. Like, you guys probably like ribs that fall off the bone, right?
I imagine.
That's overcooked.
Is it really?
A rib that falls off the bone, next time you eat something that fall off the bone, take that meat, push it to the top of your mouth, and you'll see how mushy it is.
Okay.
A perfectly cooked rib, you take one bite off the rib, and that's the only meat that comes off the bone. It'll be tender, and while you're chewing that, if you look at the bone, you'll see the bone dry up and turn white. That means it was perfectly cooked.
Huh. Well, I tell you what, is that cool, T? Have you
what.
ever? Hey, Terry, has one ever lasted long enough for you to even look at what color the bone is?
I sucked on the bone a whole lot.
So we've never even looked at the bone.
He eats bones and all.
Yeah. I mean, we're sort of in the eating deal. If it doesn't growl or bark or eat us, we wind up getting it down pretty much. Let me ask you about is it your grandson that's racing the quarter midget?
Yep, he's right here.
All right, what is his name?
His name is Austin Woodson.
And Austin, it's his birthday, right?
It's his birthday. He's 10, but he won't be 11 till 10:35 tonight.
Oh, till 10:35 tonight. So we got him down there. Is he a barbecue fan?
Yeah, he likes barbecue. He helps me. Sometimes I'll cook 300 or 400 pounds. He spends the night. He likes chopping it and helping me process it and get ready for some of these parties we do around here. We cater a lot of the country music stars.
Oh, do you?
Last week we did a party for 1,000 people, so takes a little bit of barbecue to feed 1,000 people.
I bet it does. It would take a little bit of barbecue to feed T and I. And especially the way you're talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, we would be there for the duration. You would probably have to run
Every
us off.
time I eat a rib, I'm going to think about that from now
Yeah,
on.
we're going to be. See, guys, this is ruining us. See, you always learn everything at the racetrack that you need to know to make it through life, no matter what it is. You can learn it at the racetrack. So from now on, every rib that T and I eat, we're going to be looking at the bone to see the color of the bone and all that deal. And really, you guys should be thankful because now you might have a chance of grabbing one away from us without having your finger bit, because normally that doesn't happen. Listen, thank you so much. We look forward to
appreciate
seeing you on the A&E Network on the new food show, and that will be fun. That will be fun.
I'm going to watch for sure.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
Hey, we appreciate it, guys. Guys, we're going to be right back. We're going to stab and steer and have some more fun, and just hang in there with us. This is Event Radio, and we're having a blast. All right, guys, we are back from the quarter midget races, and we got one of the older guys with us. What's your name, buddy?
My name is Will Hill, sir.
Will, sir, made me nervous. Made me think I owe you money.
Well,
Well, you're older than everybody here, Spirit. Tell him,
Yeah,
Will.
we are antiques. Let me ask you something. What division do you run in?
I run the 62 car in Heavy World Formula.
Okay, and I don't have a clue what that means. So, are the motors the same size, or are they bigger, or what?
Well, right now, for locally, it's the biggest engine we have. It's a Briggs & Stratton. It's basically a 16 or 19 horse Briggs. It's a 16 horse or 19 horse Briggs & Stratton.
So it's a
engine.
V-twin.
No, it's a single.
It's a single. Oh, okay.
It's a single
okay.
cylinder.
Okay. But you guys probably get right along out there, huh?
Well, my car makes more horsepower than anybody else's.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah, that's a nice thing.
Well, if you're in my case, yeah.
Okay. All right.
My car makes roughly 22 horsepower.
Wow.
Well, that's pretty good on this little bit of a short track. That's like running. That's like Terry does. Terry's an ex-professional speedway motorcycle racer.
Ooh.
So his deal is like running about 70 mile an hour in your living room. And so this is about close to the same deal.
It looks
huh?
like a little speedway tracks, baby.
My car on this track flat out, it'll run about 60 miles an hour.
Wow.
That's good. That's good. And say we're going to get to see you and watch you out here in a few minutes do your deal, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right,
front,
bro.
Will.
See, we got somebody to cheer for, T-Bone.
I'm asking if he's going to the front.
Yeah, he'll be at the front. It'll be
man,
easy.
I
It'll
go
be
in the
easy to
front.
find you.
All
you
right.
know.
I like that attitude.
We haven't had too good a luck this
You got
season.
any sponsors you need to thank or anything?
Hell Mechanical.
Okay.
Hell Mechanical and
Where are they
Hopper's Hell Mechanical in Nashville, Tennessee,
Okay.
and Hopper's Hydrographics of Tracy City, Tennessee.
That's cool. Well, that's good. We appreciate you taking care of this young man, and now he's introduced you to a whole bunch of people, and we're going to have some fun today. We want to thank you for being on Event Radio, and
no
we're
problem.
going to watch, and don't feel any pressure that just because you've been on the show, you got to win a race, okay?
I feel no pressure. Pressure doesn't get
Okay,
to me.
all right.
He said
No
he's going
pre-
to the front, baby. That ain't no pressure.
No pressure
No
at all.
pressure at all. Nah.
Okay, buddy. Thank you for being on Event Radio, and we will be right back,
Thanks for
guys.
having me.
All right, guys, we are back, and I tell you what, when you go to a facility as nice as where we are, it turns out that it's a little bit of a labor of love for people that have something to do with building it. And we've got the gentleman on here that actually built this facility. What is your name, sir?
Pete Barnett.
Pete, I tell you what, my friend, we go to tracks all over this United States. What you have put together for these young people to race on is nothing short of amazing. There is not a big car track anywhere in this area any nicer than this. And our hats off to you, my friend. You've done a great job here.
Yeah, well, we built it all out of scraps, like the fencing come out of state prisons, and lights come out of UT, and the filling and everything come off of Nashville roads, and we, of course, we bought the asphalt.
Well, that's
We
why
in
it's got a little
asphalt
character.
business.
That's why it's got a
Yeah.
little character. You know, not Al Capone at the fences or nothing, is it? I mean,
No.
Okay, all right. So I take it you were in the construction business for quite a while.
Yeah, we own this paving company right here, BAC Paving.
There you go. So I guarantee you it's level and smooth out there.
Oh, we had some smoothest track out around.
Yeah, there ain't no doubt about it.
Believe it or not, it's the best one in the United States, quarter midget. We've had them last weekend, weekend before last. We had the Nationals here, and they love it. We've got Talladega track with Bristol parking.
There you go. Well, we can always work on that parking deal. You know, I don't know what's behind you here in these woods, but there's bound to be a little expansion room back in there somewhere one of these days.
Yeah, I've got 10 acres right over there, but they won't let me do nothing with it. I started building a parking lot back there, and
well,
in a flood zone. They won't let me do nothing.
Well, it's always better to ask for forgiveness and permission.
I started, but I got caught.
Oh, did you? Well, they only caught you once.
But I'm going to have to dig that out and bring it back out. So.
Well, we don't want to do that. Now, you got a little bit of race car history yourself. You know, This is a guy just doesn't wake up one day and say, I'm going to build a quarter midget track. You got to like it from some other stuff.
Oh, yeah. We raced Nashville and Bowling Green and Highland Rim. Got too expensive. So I had a friend that used to drive for us, and they tore down the track down in Huntsville, and he was looking for a place to build a track. I said, well, I got the place. And I had a grandson then at the time. He raced 2 years, and he didn't like it too well. But I just turned it over to the club, Music City, for the midgets.
Well, I tell you what, buddy, Terry and I have talked about this because we actually started our little race career at 8 years old, a lot like some of the guys we've had on here. And boy, it was just sort of deja vu for us to pull in here and see all these young people and how cool they are. And we've had a boatload of them on this show.
Oh, yeah.
And they're so nice, so mannerly, so much what young people are not portrayed to be in today's culture.
That's
right. And, man, if they just come out here and see you and watch what's going on, you'd open their eyes for them.
Well, we had them from all over the United States in here 2 weeks ago at National. In fact, we still got one from
New Mexico.
One from Las Vegas. He just left his rig here. He's going to race in Georgia next week.
So he decided he'd fly back and forth home.
Yeah.
Either that or maybe he spun that wheel one too many times at Vegas and didn't want to go back there.
He told me it took 24 hours for him to drive over here.
Did it really? And worth it?
Oh, yeah. He raced with us a couple of weeks there, and then he went up there, and then he's coming back and run the northern thing.
Well, that's cool. So, did you go see one of these somewhere, or what got you into the quarter midgets?
Well, that driver, like I said a while ago, Jim France, his little boy, Jacob France, he's a pretty good driver. He drove dirt cars and stuff up to 2 years ago. He's about 19 now. But he's the one that started it, and I wanted to put my grandson in something, so we built it. And, of course, we run the other. It just got too expensive to run, and we quit down in Nashville. It was fun till we got there, and then it got too expensive.
What is it? Race cars will make you moderately wealthy if you're a millionaire to start with. Is that what it is?
Oh, I don't know. I ain't a millionaire.
Well, they tend to take that cash. They like to eat that money.
They sure do.
Well, I tell you what, sir. We get to meet a lot of people. Terry and I do on this thing, and honestly, our hat's off to you for what you've done here. That is so cool. Not only is it great entertainment, guys, you need to pay attention to this show. We'll give you directions on how to get here, and you need to come watch this because
not a bad seat in the house.
There's not a bad seat in the house. The people are just wonderful. I mean, you couldn't ask for anybody to be nice, from the people in the concession stand to you, to Mr. Barnett that actually built and owns this thing. It just don't get any better than this now.
How long did it take you to build it, sir?
About 2 months. Not complete, but get the track in.
Right.
And we had a Thanksgiving race on it. This is 14th season on it. And we built it. I looked at it, and they had a circle.
Uh-huh.
That's what most quarter midgets tracks are, just a circle.
Yeah.
And I made them 100-foot straightaways on there. That's why they call it Talladega.
Well, I tell you what, the little guys fly around this thing.
Oh, yeah,
now.
they do.
They roll right along, and then you've got
60 mile an hour.
Like Talladega, they're not lifting either, are they?
No, it's
the
flat.
Ones in the front are not anyway.
The World Formula has to lift it. That's a souped-up job.
Yeah. Well,
we had Will on earlier, and he was talking about formula.
Yeah, we're looking forward to just shutting this thing off in a few minutes when they start racing, and we're going to become a spectator.
Well, yeah.
Because we like this. This is cool. This is really cool.
You can park right up here beside that house up here and see the whole track.
Yeah, well,
you can get up here.
Well, we hadn't seen a bad seat in the house yet. And we, as you can see by looking at us, we like to stay close to concession stand,
Yeah, I know what. You see me parked right here.
Yeah, you got the best. Of course, the guy that owns it, you look where he's parked, and that's the best seat in the house always. But anyway, Mr. Barnett, thank you so much for being on Event Radio.
Thank you, sir.
We appreciate you taking the time to be on our little show with us. And we hope, guys, that if you're listening to this show, that you will find your way to come down to Music City Speedway. Everybody knows where Nashville Motor Speedway is. Everybody knows where Highland Rim is. Everybody knows where all of those tracks are. But this is the one where you really should know where it is, because this is so cool. It is just neat as it can be.
Well, I'm glad to have y'all and everything. Y'all welcome. Come back.
It
don't cost anything to get in. That's
what I was going to say. It's free. We didn't say nothing about that, Jim.
Yeah, we didn't say anything about that, but it is a free deal, guys. And I mean, let's put it this way. If it was $25 a head, it'd still be cheap for what you get to see and what there is, So, neat place. Guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. Well, T-Bone, what do you think? Is this a cool deal or what?
Oh, man, this is fun. The people that don't know about this place needs to find out about it. I mean, especially if you got a little young kid, boy or girl, that wants to get in a little midget car. These little boogers are awesome.
Well, and they're just so cool looking. Can you imagine what we'd have been like if we'd had one of them?
I don't know. We'd be sitting here now if we had something that fast, man.
Well, I guarantee you we'd have had fun with it.
And all these little boys and girls are just so nice. Did you see that one little kid when we was interviewing Jim, the guy that built the track here? He got him his lunch and sat down at the table and bent over and said his prayers. I thought that was pretty decent.
I tell you, it's just it's a different world, guys. If you have not been exposed to the young people at the racetracks, no offense, but you need to lay away from a little of them ball games and stuff like that. And
you won't see no pants around their ankles either.
Right. You need to come and be exposed to this. And you can actually bring the little guys down here, and they have cars that they can actually try at a very nominal amount of money to see if they're going to like it before you go buy the cars.
Right.
And this is so neat, it's unreal.
Well, you said we was going to midget race. I thought it was going to be like midget race and little bitty people. They're little, but they're boys and girls.
Yeah, and then they did such a cool job. And, boy, they're just really neat. Guys, this is a wonderful place. It's in Hermitage, Tennessee. Really, really easy. Go to the Jack in the Box, your favorite place, with your favorite waiter. And turn right. It's just a mile past once you get to the railroad tracks, you turn to the right.
Waitress.
Well, whatever. Anyway, at least he was worried about you getting hurt, at the midget races. So we don't want that to happen.
Okay.
All right, you made it
Getting
through.
back to the racetrack, folks, you need to come down and see this place. It is really cool.
We have too much fun at this, guys. We want to thank you for joining us on this edition of Event Radio. We've had a blast being down here. No telling where we'll wind up next. But
they said Labor Day, Spivey, they're going to have a regional here. It'll be about 200-300 carts.
Yeah, but I don't know where they're going to put them. Man, this place is a zoo, boy.
There'll be some real racing though.
Hey, I'm telling you, it'd be worth coming to watch.
The day was good, but that'll be better.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take off, guys. There's no telling where we'll join you next from, but we're going to do our best to make sure you enjoy it. As always, we got to thank our sponsors, Beach Bend Raceway and Splash Lagoon.
Quick Fuel.
Yeah.
Final Finish and Gearhead Gazette.
The number one car guy magazine on the internet. Guys, thank you for hanging in there with us. We will see you again.
You've been listening to Event Radio, covering local drag racing, stock car racing, motorcycles, go-karts. If it's got wheels and you can race it, you heard about it here. Event Radio is motorsports radio on steroids. Join us next time with your hosts, Spivey Williams and Terrible T Guy.